The Chitrik Academy is dedicated in loving memory of Rabbi Tzvi Hirsh Chitrik.
Welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to start from Hahu Dayai, which is 2 lines from the white lines, on the second line towards the end, until the second dot over here by the 2 dots Vira'eu. Earlier in the Gemara, we had learned that we had said that if Shimon Elazar holds that if a finder finds an item in a city where there's Reiv Kananim, majority of non-Jewish people, the finder will get to keep it. And the question the Gemara asked is, what if the majority of people in the city are Jewish? What if it's Reiv Yisrael? Will the finder be able to keep it or not? Today we are going to discuss a case that happened and try to analyze it to see if we could come to a conclusion. Let us begin. Hahu Dayai. There was a vulture, the shakal bisra, it took meat, bishuka, from a marketplace, the shadye, and it threw it and brought it to Bitzniyasa Devei Bar Maryan, between the palm trees of Bar Maryan. Bar Maryan is a person's name, so he brought it, this vulture carried this piece of meat from the marketplace, where there were butchers, into the property of Bar Maryan in between his palm trees. So Bar Maryan went to Rav to ask what he should do. So Aslo Kameda Abaya, Bar Maryan came to Abaya, and he asked him if he could keep it or not. Amar Lei, Abaya told Bar Maryan, Zil, you can go, and Shkoel Lenafshach, you may take it for yourself. This is the case. This is the story. So Gemara now explains its proof. Varuba Yisroni knew, but majority of people in this market were Jewish people. And nevertheless, what do we see? That even though the majority of people in this market were Reiv Yisrael, nevertheless Abaya told Bar Maryan that he may keep the meat that he found. So it seems from here that we can prove that even by Reiv Yisrael, like in this case, we would say the farmer may keep it. This is what the Gemara is trying to prove. So let's write this down. The Gemara's proof starts from Hahudaye. Let's make a P. And let's continue how the Gemara says the proof. Let's read that again. Varuba Yisroninu, majority of people in that market are Jewish people. Shmas me know, we can learn from here, we can prove from here. The halacha Krib Shimon Elazar, the halacha is like Krib Shimon Elazar, that afilu b'Reiv Yisrael, that even a majority of people are Jewish people, the finder will be able to keep it. So this is the Gemara's proof, what would be the opinion of Shimon Elazar. Now the Gemara is going to reject this proof. The Gemara is going to reject it, make an R. The Gemara says, Shani dayai de kazuto shoyam dami. You cannot bring a proof from here that in all cases, by Reiv Yisrael, Rabbi Shimon Elazar will say the finder may keep it. Why? Because it could be that, in general, Rabbi Shimon Elazar would say that Reiv Yisrael, the finder may not keep it, because the owner does not give up on finding his item, because he knows that majority of people there are Jewish people and they will return it. So why in our case did Abaya say that the finder may keep it? Is because in the case of a daye, in the case of a vulture, it's as if the item was washed away by the tide by a river. Where in such a case we have learned that the owner, as soon as he sees that his item was washed away, he gives up on ever having it returned, on ever finding it. He's miyayishit, he gives up. So same thing over here. When a vulture takes your item, right away the owner gives up on ever finding it. Even if it's Reiv Yisrael. Because when a vulture takes it, you never know if you'll ever get it back or not. Therefore, Bar Maryan was able to keep it. But in a regular case of Reiv Yisrael, the owner does not give up on finding it, and the finder will not be able to keep it. So this is how the Gemara rejects the proof of what Rabbi Shimon Elazar will hold. Now the Gemara is going to ask another question, a more technical question in this case. The question is, how can Bar Maryan keep it? how is he allowed to keep it and enjoy it? Why? There's halacha called basar shenis alim min ha'ayin. Basar, which is meat, shenis alim, which was hidden, min ha'ayin, from the eye. There's halacha that if a Jew has meat, he has to keep an eye on it. He has to safeguard and needs to watch it, and then it'll be permissible to eat, because then we know that no one switched it for a non-kosher piece. However, if the basar was nisalim, which means hidden, nisalim, if it was hidden from the eye, if the person was looking the opposite direction, or did not watch over his meat, did not keep an eye over his meat, then the halach is that the person, the owner, may not eat the meat. This is called basar shenis min ha'ayin. So in this case, the Gemara is going to ask, how did Bar Maryam know that it was kosher meat? He sees a vulture dropping meat in his property. Maybe it's not kosher meat. It's basar shenis min ha'ayin. He didn't keep an eye on it. He has no idea where it came from. So why did Abaye say he's allowed to keep it and eat it? This is the Gemara's question that we're going to ask now. So let's put a question mark, that we're going to ask a question now. So the Gemara asks, V'amar Rav, but how could he have eaten it? Rav had said, basar, meat, shenis alim, which was hidden, min ha'ayin, from the eye of a Jewish person. Asar, it's forbidden to eat. So how could Bar Maryam eat the meat that he found? So Gemara answers, let's make it A for answer. The Gemara answers, Ba'emed v're'ehu. Bar Maryam, let's translate, Ba'emed v're'ehu means he was standing and watching the entire story happen. The vulture take the meat and return it. What the Gemara's answer is that Bar Maryam was actually standing here in his field, by his house. And he actually he was watching the whole time, he saw the vulture go to a Jewish butcher, take meat, and drop it off on his property. So because he actually saw that it came from a Jewish butcher shop, it's not basar shenis min ha'ayin, because he was constantly watching to make sure that the vulture did not switch this meat with another piece of meat. And even though he knows where it came from, he may still keep it because the owner gave up on ever finding it. And this is the end of this Gemara.